On July 11th, 2021, I stopped by the Moffat Road Railroad Museum in Granby, Colorado. On my way to the museum, I saw these two interesting old crane trucks. They weren't part of the museum, I just thought they were neat. In front of the museum, this is what I believe is a Ford Model A, and there are some concrete ties surrounding the parking area. And this 1945 Studebaker pickup truck. The museum has acquired a small amount of railroad rolling stock since its founding in 2010, one of them being Union Pacific Caboose 2655. This type CA1 caboose was built in 1923, was last used in 1967, and came to the museum in 2010 shortly after its founding, making it its first piece of railroad equipment. This wooden passenger car is Central Vermont number 382, built in 1905. This wooden car was acquired in 2012 from somewhere in Rhode Island. It is similar to one of the original passenger cars used on the Moffat Road around the same time. There's also steam derrick crane 10300, which was originally built in 1913 and arrived in 2018. With it is Rio Grande Support Car 3317, which was rebuilt from a boxcar. The museum plans to have this crane return to operation. Also at the museum is Denver and Salt Lake 10061, a caboose that was originally made of wood in 1906 but was converted to a steel body in 1936. They also had acquired this Shay that I saw in Canyon City in 2017, but by the time I visit it hasn't showed up, but it did arrive in the museum that October. This board is displayed in front of some blocks that originally came from David Moffat's mansion in Denver, which was demolished in the 70s. The Visitor Center building is a 1957 Magic Mountain build. Inside it there's this large model of a steam locomotive, as well as this painting of what they plan to turn the museum into. They plan to have a miniature railroad and a speeder car ride. They already have a speeder car. The red arrow on the map is where the museum is located. I did have time to visit the model railroad room, which had this set of stamps which I found was neat. This HO scale big boy next to an O gauge one. This wall of O-gauge trains. This 1917 Ives O-gauge set with open cars that look very British, and this 1930 American Flyer passenger train. There's this shelf of Lionel pre-war O-gauge items, some American Flyer S-gauge items, which are placed on O-gauge track, and of course their O-gauge model railway. There's even this model of a Rio Grande Challenger placed on the road. And there is even a G-scale layout running from the ceiling.